told that everything is barricaded off here at Wall and Broadway. We're being told that everything is barricaded.
Thanks so much for coming out.
Can we go down there?
We're attaching the truck.
Attach the truck.
Live, yes.
So it would be impossible to
Yeah,
go
so
down.
you've never done a live interview in front of the stock exchange?
Can't get down there.
On exchange?
Well, we go around the other side. We don't have to go right down Wall Street. We go around the other side. We just got to be by the stock exchange.
It seems like all that camera's not going to reach all the way down there.
Well, not from this place. No, you've got to move the truck. Move the truck around the back. Well, it's barricaded here. It's not barricaded that way. We can go that way.
It's barricaded all the way down there. You gotta get the NYSE.
So you guys, you've never done a shot there in front of the stock exchange. Is that what you told me?
Not since they put up the barricades. In a month, we haven't gone in front of there.
The whole last month, you haven't had a single shot. That's what you're telling me.
We've gone out further out, just like we've come up here.
Yeah, that's what I said to you. Let's go down by Federal Hall, and let's go down there. Let's go around the back where it's open, and we can get the stock exchange in the shot.
It's barricaded. This is the best.
We gotta do what the NYPD allows us to do.
No, you're the press. You know, we can take this camera. We have look, people are there. We go on the sidewalks. People are walking on the sidewalks right now. Let's just go on the sidewalks.
This is where we're set for the attachment.
Let's stay with them. So now, again, we're approaching a wall which has been barricaded off. Now, it's important to know. Hey, how you doing? On day one,
Interview down here on the sidewalk.
sure you can walk down the path.
Down here, is that okay? We can use the sidewalk, right?
Sure.
So the NYPD doesn't have a problem with that, right? Okay. So the police say we can go down here and do it. The CNBC camera there.
If they let you.
If they want to take their satellite truck around, and they go around the back, so they can go the back way here, right?
Not the guy they asked that.
You're not the right guy for that.
No, hey, how you doing? I like you.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
Well, so what do you think? So you can see there's the stock exchange down there. They've parked their truck, their satellite truck, 2 blocks away from it. The police have said that we can take the cameras down here on the sidewalk, and they don't want to do it. So do I skip the interview, or do I go down there, or do both?
We could do their truck first and then go down there.
You want to do that?
Sure.
All right.
So
All right.
what did
That's what we'll do.
CNBC say?
They won't come down there. They will not interview me down there in front of the stock exchange, even though the police have just said it's okay with them.
Yeah, we heard him.
Yeah.
We were told that it's a hardware issue, that the cable needs to be connected to the satellite truck. Is that right?
That's what they just told me. We're in the 21st century. There's a thing called wireless, and they know how to do that. That camera, and if they need their cord, they can move. We can go around the back way. We can do the back side of the stock exchange. It doesn't have to be in front of it. I even said we could do it a block away. Or how about just do it here? We could do it here, and we could get the shot of the stock exchange. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll try and convince them to move the truck back so they can stay on Broadway if they can do it. All right, here we go. Thanks, guys.
Well, what if we try to bring it down a little bit further?
Yes.
Will we
How about
try to
that? Will you
get
do that?
way? Absolutely.
All right, bring it right down here so we can see
At
Wall
least try to
Street.
get down there?
Yes.
No problem. We're
All
going
right.
to try to put it
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. All right.
See you this morning. Come on, sit down.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Love your work.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks. So they're going to move their satellite truck down here so they get the shot of Wall Street behind us. You know, and I'll do it out here so we don't block.
The gentleman down there can probably answer your question better, all right?
Oh, okay.
I appreciate it.
Oh, that's okay.
Thank you.
All right. No problem. No problem.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
Are you director there?
He's got a live interview with CNBC, but they won't come down to the Dutch Street.
So you're the sergeant. Can I talk to you for a second?
About like Wall Street.
They're going to move their satellite trucks back here so we can get a good shot of Wall Street. So we'll do the interview out on the curb. We won't block any traffic, pedestrian or otherwise. What are you doing with?
We're here. You have that way or that way?
Higher ranks over there. You have to get
Oh, all right. You're not in charge here. Oh, okay. All right. But thanks for talking to me anyways.
Take my picture.
All right.
Maybe you need Amy.
Huh?
Maybe you need Amy with you.
Thank you.
Looks like
So,
CNBC has negotiated about 25 feet.
all right.
It looks like Michael Mark got them pushed about 25 feet. We're still at Wall and Broadway. We're still at a barricaded street.
The stock exchange.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
We can't. We're limited to where the NYPD tells us to go. It's a question of getting the cables across. If you have anyone tripped there, they're not
Can
coming anybody up.
you move this truck back any further? Or?
Well, the thing is, if we went out further this way, we can't cross there. We don't want anyone to trip. Normally, we use wireless cameras here, but we only have a finite range of where we can go with that.
Right.
I'm not producer, I'm just a tech guy. So I'm just explaining to you, we have a finite range that we can do with our wireless cameras. So, for instance, we can't come out there with
range with a wire? Why
Well,
not?
pretty much it's within these barricades that the cops are at. So
Right.
that's why we've been using the trucks for this, so it's just how close we can get with the truck.
Well, my point was, why not move the truck to the back of the building where the streets are open?
Where those are open though,
Yeah.
further down. Then what this is actually close, so at least we can keep you sort of near Wall Street. Whereas if you go down there, if you look at Broadway and you go down, they got the barricades. So you got to go
What
all
you're
the way
saying is
down.
that you are prevented from doing any shots now in front of the stock exchange.
Not necessarily, no.
No. Well, then why don't we go down and do it?
Right now, this is the way we're set up.
Because I know, but listen, when they set this up with me last week, they said we were going to do it down there in front of the stock exchange.
Yeah.
And now
can't
I
do
was
it.
told last night that we can't do it there.
Oh, we got to do it here. This is what I got to go by what the NYPD
No, the
tells us.
NYPD just said there's no problem. No, the NYPD told me that.
Who's they?
The NYPD. We got to move the truck to go there. We can't let you get off. The cops through the barricades. The NYPD said we can bring the truck through.
He's negotiating with you right now.
If they would allow us to
Sorry,
bring the
you got
truck,
dragged into mine.
no, it's okay. If we could bring the truck to the barricade, I would gladly do
No,
that.
we don't need to do that. It's just we were going to set this. You told me to show up in front of the stock exchange, and then last night I was told we can't do this in front of the stock exchange. And the cops just said that it's no problem. These are public sidewalks. We can do any interviews that we want on these sidewalks.
Yeah.
So it's not the police that are saying. I just want to know where is this coming from. And what I understood last night is that the New York Stock Exchange said that they didn't want this happening. It's like, who owns this street here?
Well, I mean, we're doing it on the street. It's within the
No,
barricade.
this is Wall Street. We're on Broadway. That's Wall Street.
Yeah.
All right, down there.
And as soon as we can get through the barricades with the truck, we would do that there. But I think we only can reach so far. We can't
You have a
drag it
wireless.
across the
This is the 21st century. You
The
have a
wireless
wireless
isn't gonna
system.
reach.
No, but but you guys are broadcasting from there all day long. You have a wireless system there set up in the stock exchange. You are inside the stock exchange.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go inside the stock exchange then? To the
that I
CNBC
can't
studio.
answer. That's not for me to answer.
No, because they told me I'm not allowed in there. I'm not allowed to go into your studio
No, I don't
in
know
the
about
stock
that.
exchange. No, that's been the rule for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I've had to do all my interviews with you guys out on the street because the stock exchange will not allow me in there to talk to you guys.
Okay.
So we've done this twice before on the street in front of the stock exchange. Now we can't even do it there. We have to be out here.
No way, Jose.
So, at some
way,
point,
Jose.
CNBC has to just stand up to the stock exchange and say, look, we're the media,
there he is,
we're the
folks.
press.
I don't know that situation.
Yeah.
All I know, all I can tell you is where we can shoot. Right now, this is where we're set up to shoot.
Right.
This is what we can do.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're here, so I'll talk to you here, and then I'm going to go down and I'll do it with the people's cameras.
Okay.
Down there where it is legal, and the cops said we could go down there and do it.
He doesn't up there. That's right. You could run that up, sweatshirt.
You guys got my area. Oh yeah.
Questions? You can actually just that clock and I'll see if we're going.
Come on, Michael.
If you make sure Becky takes some pictures.
Becky.
She just went to get the phone.
I got the volume.
Yeah, the volume's right.
You got it?
If you need
Card.
Oh, okay.
Sign.
back, just take step back. Next one, please.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Michael Moore is not one to hold back when it comes to capitalism, corporate America, and now the movement to occupy Wall Street. He joins us this morning from outside the NYSE. Michael, good morning. Good to have you on the program.
Well, actually, we're not outside the New York Stock Exchange. You have moved me down here onto Broadway so that apparently you've been told or you're not allowed to have me there in front of the stock. When I've interviewed with you in the past, you've tried to actually bring me into your studio at the Stock Exchange, and the Stock Exchange will not allow me inside the building to be interviewed by members of the press, meaning you. And so the last two interviews we've done in the last few years
Have been
we've
outside.
done out on the street here. Yeah, we've done them outside in front of the Stock Exchange. Now we've been moved down to Broadway here, and
Why do you think that is? Because I did ask around this morning. I could not get a straight answer as to why we couldn't have you here sitting next to me, which is what I would prefer. Have you done
Yes.
something in the past to annoy the NYPD, the big board? Why don't you think you're being let in?
Let me think about that for a second. I think they probably don't want me to come inside the New York Stock Exchange and be critical of this unjust and unfair economic system that we have that benefits the wealthiest few at the expense of the many. And it's too bad that they're that afraid of a guy in a ball cap with a high school education coming in there to say that. It's like, don't worry, guys, capitalism isn't going to crumble today. If I walk inside the stock exchange right now, sit down with you and have a civil conversation, not breaking any laws, let's just talk about where we're at, how we got here, and it's my question, I guess, would be to the stock exchange: what are you afraid of? Don't be afraid of me. I'm not who you need to worry about. You need to worry about the millions who have lost their jobs. You need to worry about the people who've lost their health care. You need to worry about the 99% who are quite angry.
Yeah, there is a dress code, so you'd have to lose the hat, and you can't wear jeans. You'd be willing to do that, right?
I would be willing to dress up. Yes, if they will let me in to talk to you, I will alter my appearance for that.
Well,
yes.
I would love to
Plus,
help
I don't
make
really
that
need this hat anyways because I've got hair. I don't even know why I'm wearing a hat.
Michael, you told Lawrence O'Donnell the other night about Occupy. You said, "We are there until we get justice," which for you would mean a, quote, a perp walk for bankers who tank the economy and flush the American dream down the toilet. Is that the extent of the goal? Is there nothing larger from a policy perspective that you're aspiring to?
No, that is one small part of it. The fact that there's already been over 1,000 people here in New York arrested because they're standing up against this greed. They've been arrested. There really hasn't been a single arrest here on this street with these banks. Not one of them have met justice. They haven't even really been investigated. Where's the special prosecutor? Why the people who caused this crash? Don't the American people deserve some answers and some justice? Where did their money go? Who stole this money? Or who misappropriated or played with it in a wrong? That's really the question. So, and then there's all the larger issues. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that everybody down at Occupy Wall Street are concerned about. They want the wealthy to be taxed more. They want Glass-Steagall reinstated. We want to get money out of politics. And there's a whole list of things. If you go to the Occupy Wall Street NYSE.org website, you can. When people say they don't know what do they want, well, it's all there. It's quite a list of things of what people want.
But a number of the things you mentioned, SEC regulation and enforcement, Glass-Steagall, those are government policies, and I'm wondering why the locus of the protest is not in Washington, but in New York. Wasn't a lot of the problem driven by government, and bankers were just doing whatever bankers would be allowed to do at the end of the day?
Yes, and what bankers do good is buy politicians. The reason why this protest isn't centered in Washington is because those are just the employees of this street. So people are here because this is the center. This is the core of the problem. The politicians, that's going to take care of itself once we get money out of politics. But we're wasting our time down there because they don't listen to the people. They only listen to who's lining their pockets, and those people happen to be right down this street.
Is the movement the summation of what you've worked on, your career? Is this how you think, is this what you've been working for your entire life? And I'm wondering if you consider yourself the voice of the movement at this point.
Oh, no, I am not that. I am one of millions of voices. This movement has no spokesperson, no leader. That's what's really great about it. It's that there's a million leaders and there's a million spokespeople. You go down to Zuccotti Park, you go to any of the Occupies around the country. These are all people who have a story to tell. And I'm just one of those people. For me personally, this is really, I'm heartened by what I've seen in this moment, that so many people have risen up. I've been making these movies for over 20 years about corporate America, starting with my film about General Motors. I've worked at this my entire adult life.
Yeah.
So to see this happen, yes, I'm overjoyed, to say the least.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. I'm glad we made it happen at least this way, and I can only imagine the scene you've created on that sidewalk. That's what happens wherever you go.
Well, that's only because everybody here. I mean, you look around here. There are students here who are going to have to go out into the world with crushing debt that they're not going to get out of until their 40s. You've got people here whose homes are underwater. You've got, we have 46 million people in this country living in poverty. That's a disgrace. If we're proud of this country, we need to build a much better country, a much more equitable and fair country. And right now, when you've got the 400 wealthiest Americans have more combined wealth than 150 million Americans combined. That is not a free and open and democratic society.
Yeah.
And that's not an economy that's run by the people. So that has to change. People are upset about it. And I just hope next time they'll let me in the building so I can talk to you in person, or even just let me down the street here. And in fact, I'm going to go down the street right now anyways and stand there in front of the stock exchange, and I'll talk to these people if they want to come down there with me. Everybody's got an iPhone.
All right, good. You're buying lunch.
We can do our own interviews, right? We don't need the satellite trucker
Michael,
or the NYSE.
Before we let you go, Dow's up 95. That's what we cover on this network. Do you own any equities, any stock? Do you own shares of any bank in the world or in the U.S.?
Nope. I do not own a single share of stock, and I have never owned a single share of stock. I don't support this. This is a rigged casino. I don't know why anybody would put their hard-earned money into this, especially after what happened in this last decade, where these guys on this street played with people's futures, played with people's pension funds, with these derivatives and credit default swaps. No regulation from D.C. And it's still going on. It's still going on. And if I could just very respectfully ask you and CNBC, you are in there. You are journalists. It is your job not just to report that the Dow is up 95 points already today, but to go in there and find out what's really happening. Who's making this money? Who's dividing this pie up so that the 1% get the majority of it? That's really the story. That's the story your fellow Americans want you to do.
Absolutely.
They want to know where their jobs went. They want to know, where their future's going to be. That's the job of CNBC.
Yes.
So please do your job, please.
And we do, and we look out for the 45% of Americans who have 401ks. And although you might not be interested that the Dow's up 92, a large part of the country, a large part of middle-class Americans do care, Michael. You do know that, right?
They care. Well, yeah, but if you want to, are we going to talk about that? Because the middle class's 401ks do not make up the bulk of where the wealth is. I mean, I would love to come back on and talk to you about a whole host of things about, when I hear people on the street here say, well, it's the 53% of us that pay taxes. They say that like look at us, that's a good thing. Well, what you're saying is if 47% aren't paying taxes, it means they're not working, or it means they're not at an income level. You're actually making the case for why our system is so messed up. When we have so many people who aren't paying taxes, the reason they're not paying taxes is because they're not working, or their wages have been depleted to the point where they can barely survive in a middle-class life in this country.
It is amazing that in a country where, as the Times said over the weekend, we're obsessed about equality of opportunity, but not necessarily equality of condition. And that is a fair point that you're making. Michael, I can't wait to see
I'm not even sure the equality of opportunity is there now. I think that's something. This is what gets me about people who say they believe in capitalism. People here on this street, oh yeah, we're for free enterprise, we're for a competitive market. No, they're not. No, they're not. They want to destroy the competition. They want to merge or buy out the competition. They want to make it so that consumers and citizens have as few choices as possible. That's their nirvana, is a Soviet form of capitalism where they're the only ones in charge. So the American people believe in competition and believe in everybody having a fair shot at it. There's no fair shot anymore. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're the next Steve Jobs, you've got the next invention, the next great idea today, go to your local bank and try and get a loan. Try and get a loan, because they're all sitting on the money down here. They won't loan the money to the small business person or the person that has that next thing that's going to advance the society. So it's a much longer discussion. I'm sorry I've taken so much of your time.
Right. And the data, there is data that would back you up on lending, other data that would conflict with that. But I can't wait to see you without the hat and in a suit at some point on this set. Michael, thanks for coming on.
I will do that. I will do that. Just let me in the building. Don't be afraid, Stock Exchange. It's just me.
Michael, thank you for coming
I'm going to go down there now. I'm going down there.
Always good TV. You should see my email lighting up, man.
Let Michael in! Let Michael in! Let Michael in! Wait. Oh, I know.
We're getting it. It's coming off. Hey, can I have a...
Hey, Michael, I'm actually live right now. We got the other 99 on YouTube. It's funny to me that we're able to get in with a single cell phone and streaming live, but CNBC doesn't have that ability.
Well, they do have that ability. You heard him say there. You got to get. The interviewer was questioning the
Piece of shit, Michael Moore. Banksters are pieces of shit.
I'm well aware of guys on the street who don't like me.
Yeah. They have high-powered Wall Street.
But the people love you, Michael. That's all that matters.
Yeah, thank you. See, here's one door. This is all they would have had to come down. You know, they're wireless. I think can go the distance that I just walked. Well, here we are, scene of the crime.
How about that Pete Seeger march?
That was something,
Pretty
wasn't
awesome.
it? Yeah.
何やってたんだあの人。
Can I do an interview here? No? Can I do it on the sidewalk? Thank you.
This is stupid.
Okay, well, here I am on Wall Street, standing in front of the New York Stock Exchange, where CNBC told me to show up today. They made this appointment with me a week ago, and then last night said that they were not allowed to interview me out here in front of the stock exchange. So I don't understand why that is, because here we are, we're talking, the camera.
Live
Live streaming here. The police seem to be okay. We have our tourists here. We have the spot where George Washington was sworn in as our first president. So we have essentially the birth of our democracy here.
Which is free.
Which is yes, that's correct. And back here we have the beating heart of capitalism and our economic system that at least used to give somewhat of a fair shake to people if they worked hard and their company prospered. You know, they would prosper. And now that's all gone. And the wealthiest 1% have at least 40% of the pie. The wealthiest 400 Americans have more than 150 million Americans combined. And you can see why they have all the barricades and the police and the security and the Homeland Security and the officers in the white shirts. Please keep an eye on them. What are they afraid of? Because last I heard, Al-Qaeda has essentially been defeated, There's only 50 Al-Qaeda left in all of Afghanistan. So I wonder now if these are just here because they know what is ahead. They know that because they've created the conditions for so many Americans, making life so miserable for them, to the point where we have 20 million people who are unemployed on some level, 46 million living in poverty, 50 million with no health insurance. They've created these conditions where people are angry and upset, and they want their country back. Let's not block the sidewalk here so people can move, okay? All right.
Hey Michael, you came here with your documentary like 3 years ago, and you wrapped it all up in crime tape.
Yeah.
That stuff was 3 years ago. What do you think it took so long?
Well, we're kind of slow learners sometimes, so it takes a while. But eventually, people, when they know the truth, will respond.
And how do you feel personal about it? That some of your work you see, materializing.
Well, I'm thrilled to be part of this vastly growing movement.
What are the next steps?
All right.
What should be the next steps for this movement?
Well, the next step will reveal itself. Yes, sorry. Yes.
Kind of moving along a little bit so we can let the regular people come out.
Yeah. I didn't mean to block this.
No, that's okay. I appreciate it.
It's okay. I asked the officer down there if we could do an interview down here.
That's fine, but we got to keep everything.
But now we got everything halted. I got it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for understanding.
What do you mean by regular people?
I'm sorry?
What do you mean by regular people?
Thank you very much.
He's a regular people? He didn't mean that. He's a New Yorker. They don't talk like Midwesterners, right? All right, so we'll just...
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I'm going to move it down a little bit.
Did you get the thank you card?
Yeah.
4 or 5 times? All right, good. Have a nice day.
All right, thanks. All right, guys, we're going to move here.
Just a picture. Thank you.
All right, sorry, but
From France.
Yeah, from France. Okay,
Thank you.
blame the French. That's the only reason I'm still here. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for understanding.
Moving now.
Yep. All right, we're good? We'll just...
Let me get ahead of you.
All right. Okay. So... well, here we are. We got another angle. Everybody should just keep moving so we don't block the sidewalks, okay? All right. Thank you. So I forgot where I was, but when people ask who organized Occupy Wall Street, it's been organized by the people in this building. It's been organized by the heads of Goldman Sachs and Citibank, Bank of America. That's who's organized this. They've ruined the lives of so many people. People have lost their homes to foreclosure. People who are facing foreclosure. People whose homes are underwater. So this was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. So this is where we did our Rage Against the Machine video. I was arrested right here on the 3rd step of Federal Hall here about 11 years ago, as we tried to do a video here with Rage Against the Machine, and the cops took me away, but the band broke loose. They were a little faster than I was, and they made it over to the doors of the stock exchange, and they locked the doors automatically and put down the metal barriers so that the members of the band couldn't get in the building. So. Well, we'd have a hard time shooting that scene in Capitalism, a Love Story now, wouldn't we? What would happen to me right now if I tried to wrap this building in crime scene tape? Huh?
Michael, what's going to be the next movie?
Oh, I'm not thinking about the next movie right now. We're here to try and get our country back. That's we're all doing that. I'm one citizen doing that. I'm one of millions. It's not just me. I'm just sadly blocking the sidewalk. We should keep going here. Why don't we move a little bit, guys, so we don't block the sidewalks. Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hey, Michael, how you doing? I'm with Teamsters Local S14. We've been locked out at Sotheby's. We've had some people come down and support us, including Susan Sarandon. Trying to arrest Reverend Jesse Jackson. So we're hoping that they come down and support us. We've been locked out for 3.5 months.
Is that right? 3.5 months.
And they want to take away our pension. They want to reduce our salaries by 15%. 100%.
Right.
They don't want us to have any collective bargaining rights.
Right.
So it's an ongoing issue. But down here now, Teamsters are down here supporting Occupy Wall Street. We're trying to gather some support because Sotheby's had his record profit year,
Record
267,
profit.
$680 million.
Yeah.
CEO got a 150% raise.
Wow.
So we're trying to get some, activity there. We're trying to get people down there to support us.
I will pass
know
this
it's
around,
a small
definitely.
fight, but
No.
it's a small fight, but for New York, it's a big fight.
It's a bunch of small fights.
So I mean, if you can read that,
Yes,
then
I
please
will.
take a look at that because we'd love to have you to supporting us as Teamsters.
Okay.
We're trying to
Yes.
get Jimmy Hoffa down there.
Yeah.
To support us. He was down there on the 29th of last month.
Yeah.
So he was there.
Okay.
So I mean, if you could please just take a look at that and
do that.
try to support us. I really appreciate what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
The Teamsters need you. We need support.
Yeah. We all need each other. We're all in the same boat.
That's why we're
We're
down
all
there
in-
now, and we'll continue on our fight as one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
You're in the wrong place, right?
Where should I be?
This is not Wall Street. You know where Wall Street is?
Where?
I mean, it used to be here. Wall Street is global. Wall
Yeah.
Street is all over. Wall
Yeah.
Street is uptown.
Yeah.
Wall Street is...
It's Morgan
is
Stanley in
Europe,
Times Square.
What you're
It's
doing
Goldman
down,
Sachs
offices
over here.
down here. Yeah, but they're not here anymore. The buildings are here, the offices are here, even this bank. It's just a branch. They're not here anymore. So all this is doing is just, if you take a look
So
around,
what's your point,
look around
though?
this, look around this whole
So
area.
now they've taken their
residential.
greed, and it's not just domestic; it's global.
Well, my point is, whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
it's in the wrong place.
Where should we go?
You said it shouldn't be in Washington.
So where should we go?
It should be in Washington.
Oh no, those people are bought and paid for by these
Say
banks
that,
and by these
say that, but
corporations.
that's not everybody. It's not.
It's the
And if-
majority
and
of the
if you
members
have-
of
and if you
Congress.
wanted
Everybody
to-
here knows that.
But if you wanted to
Everybody knows that.
concentrate your attention,
Why
right
would
or
we
wrong.
concentrate our attention on the puppets instead of the puppet
Right
master?
or wrong?
It would just be,
But they
that
are
makes
the
no
puppet
sense.
masters. What about Washington? What about the president?
Yeah. Well, first we need to get money out of politics, and then we can elect people who are going to represent the interests
Exactly.
of the majority.
That's the key, and that's where your
Right.
attention should be.
Right.
Not here.
Well,
it's not here anymore.
Yeah, it is
People gotta
here.
understand, Wall Street is not here.
Yeah, Wall Street doesn't really
Even
pay
this
no
building.
attention.
Listen,
Pay no attention to the building.
Even in this building, which I worked in for 35 years.
There's nobody here. That's why there's so many submachine guns, tanks,
Well, that's to
barricades.
protect you and me. That's why they.
Well, that might have been the original idea. I don't think
that's to protect
I don't
us.
think
And
that's-
even you, who you've made a wonderful living doing things like this too. But that's to protect you as well. No,
I don't think so.
All
I
right,
think
well,
that's to protect them.
it is
from
what
us.
it is. That's my opinion, just like yours.
But hey, thank you though for stopping and talking. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, which way are we going? We're going this way? Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. Did you
Sophia Greendale. Do you remember her?
Oh, of course I do. Yes, yes.
I'll say
She's
hi.
wonderful. Yeah, please tell her.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you're doing, Michael.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much.
I've been doing a big Fox News character to make Fred Fox every day.
Oh, yeah, where do you do that at?
Okay, Occupy Wall Street.
Oh, that's great.
I have
That's
a
great.
cardboard microphone. I go around asking
Oh,
people
I've seen you there. Yeah, that's
fake
right.
news
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. That's very
Trying to
good.
keep people to think about
That's
it.
very good. Okay, you got it? Yep. All right, thanks, guys. We gotta go.
So you're familiar with a bar called Torches?
Torches?
Yeah.
No.
No? Damn. My friend's from Flint.
Oh, the Torch Bar.
There you go.
Yeah. In Buckham Alley.
He said, tell him about, ask him about the hot dogs.
No. It's fine.
All right, man, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise, thank you. What is this website?
It's wearetheother99.com.
Who's the other 99?
actually
Well, we mean as in, the truth is, we couldn't get the other 99.com.
Oh, okay.
George Washington stands. Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
Good.
George Washington stands on the balcony at City Hall, takes his oath of office as President of the United States.
But our live stream channel is on wearetheother99.com page. And it was on worth the signs.
Oh, sure. Right.
So, Take care, man.
Right, man. Thank you. Okay, thanks. Thank you, bro. Can you just sign my poster? Sure. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. Thanks. I got your back here. So, when do you think it's going to happen? We'll see. No timeline right now. You know.
I just want him with me. I nearly all my life.
I do have time to ask 2 questions. I'm working for the newspaper. Is it okay to sure? Okay. Just first of all, why are you here? Why do you support Occupy Wall Street?
Well, first of all, I support it because I'm a citizen of this country. So, all citizens should be in support of this movement. And the vast majority of Americans are, according to the latest poll, 59% of Americans support this movement.
And why do you think that is?
Because they have been beaten down by this very cruel system. A system that has committed acts of violence. 45,000 people in America die every year simply because they don't have health insurance. Those aren't my statistics. That comes from the U.S. Congress. 45,000, that's, what is that, 15 9/11s every year die simply because they don't have health insurance? That's a criminal act. So that's why I and others are here.
So what do you think support? What do you say about the comparison of Occupy Wall Street with the Tea Party?
Mr. Moore, just to get an idea, some of the folks that work at the exchange, we're not all.
I know that.
Could you give us a little help on that too?
Yeah.
I know it's
what would you like me to do?
Well, I would like you to say that.
There's a lot of middle class people that work in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we execute the orders there.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Right.
And it is a symbol, I understand that.
Yeah.
But in a spirit of fairness, some people really get delusioned. I think that's where all decisions are being made.
It's one piece of the puzzle. Right.
But we're doing our job. I've worked all my life as an honest man.
Sure.
And I think that if you just give us that fairness.
I do give you that.
But you know,
listen,
we work hard here.
We're all in the same boat. We're all Americans.
That's correct.
And we're going to sink or swim together.
Right. But what
the thing is that because you're in there, you see it firsthand. And you've seen stuff in all your years there. And you've thought about things. You've thought about, geez, wouldn't this be a little bit better, a little fairer, or a little whatever, if things were run a different way?
And you know what else do you have to take a focus to, in all fairness?
Yeah.
We need to take this to Washington, D.C. We have.
Yeah, except they're bought and paid for by these guys.
No.
Yeah,
These guys,
yes, they are.
These guys live an elite life that has nothing to do with us. And you can ask all these folks. They don't have to do this. What they need to do, we need to do as a people, make this government work for the people, by the people, of the people.
That won't happen until we get money out of it. The money has to be removed from politics.
Well, then let's all the people go to Washington, D.C., convince those guys not to take that dollar.
Right.
In a very fair way, sir. And I'm not trying to... This is not a confrontation.
I don't take it that way.
What we need to do is fix this country, because we've got some dangerous folks at heart that like to dump capitalists all together.
Yeah.
Then we wait in line for toilet paper. Then we all have to join the army. And people like you and I can't speak out. So that's dangerous.
But the people who, these elites who say they believe in capitalism really don't. They don't really believe in a free market or true competition.
We have to get a situation where if
they
we
want
can
a rigged
have
game, they play a rigged
and
game.
senators do their responsibility, and our president do the same, keep the jobs here in this country, and send them, let them go. We can start our infrastructure here, with money here. We could shut Venezuela's oil pipeline off. We could drill for oil here. We can fix this. We become a nation of naysayers, though. Before we were can do. Now we have to stand up as a nation. All of us.
I agree with that.
Republicans, Democrats. We have to be for the people, of the people, by the people. And we can really do this well. And you're a good spokesman for these things. And if you take a nice fair line with this, not that you're unfair, but let's work to do it rather than tear the place apart. Let's fix what's wrong.
Well, no, nobody's tearing this place apart. This place, when I say this place, corporate America and the banks, they've torn the middle class apart. We have a middle class that has virtually vanished. People are struggling to survive.
Because jobs have gone overseas.
They have been, no, but I'm saying the only thing that's been torn down are the lives of your fellow Americans.
Right, but why not look at the jobs that went overseas and all those too?
Yes.
It's a big picture, but I'd appreciate
but thanks for stopping and talking to me.
Would you just give us a little fair line? Because there's a lot of people working here. We love this country as well as anybody else.
I know that there are people like you who are middle class people who work in that building, who work here on the street, who aren't going home and to your, to your home in the Hamptons, you have not gotten wealthy at the expense of other Americans.
No,
that's not. Our focus isn't with you.
Let's make this country great again with all of us people. Let's think for the people, of the people, by the people.
Let's tell Lloyd Blankfein and Jamie Dimon.
Well, let's
of by and for the people.
Let's get a spirit of let's get back to what we were. Americans, friendly people. Let's try to let's help each other and support each other. I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for talking.
Thanks for taking this time.
Yeah, be an ally. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay. I gotta go, guys.